Right now, we're going to work on our multiplying two digits. Okay, we've been talking the past few lessons about knowing your facts. And today, you're going to do something completely new that you've never done before. But if you know your facts, it is not hard at all. So if you want to follow along with your journal, that's great. If you want to open your textbook, we're on page 340 and 341. And I think Kate's going to help us. Hi, Kate. How are you?
Yeah.
Do you want to learn about multiplication today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk about multiplication. Okay. So we are, before everybody gets a little stressed out and a little worried, we're going to multiply two numbers on top. Grace is going to take them out for a minute because they're going to get a little loud. Okay. There's going to be two numbers on top and one number on the bottom. We are not doing two numbers on top and two numbers on the bottom. We're not doing that yet. That's a lot more complicated. So we're starting really easy. And the facts that you're doing are basic facts, okay? Nothing over 4, probably. Your top number can be over 5. Your bottom number is going to be smaller. Okay, so the example that they gave us in the book, and I kind of tried to break it down a little bit. If you want to follow along, and you want to use your red pen and your pencil, I know sometimes we did that, it might help. Okay, so 24 times 2. The first thing you do is you're going to multiply the two numbers in the ones place. So we've got the tens place, there's only one, and then we've got the two numbers in the ones place. 4 times 2, that's a fact that you know. 4 times 2 is what? 4 times 2 is 8, okay? So you've got the ones place. Now, how do you get an answer for the tens place? There's a 2 right here. So there's 2 steps. So the next step, you're going to multiply the number in the tens place by the number in the ones place. So for this problem, it's 2 times 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. Move to the tens place. 2 times 2 is 4. So your answer is 48. So first thing, always start in the ones place. Even when we're doing addition and subtraction, we always started in the ones place. Same thing for multiplication. Start in the ones place, all right? So ones place, 4 times 2 is 8. Then go to the tens place and multiply that number by the ones. So you're multiplying both of these numbers by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Your answer is 48, okay? So I did another example down here. I did a little bit of not a much bigger number, something very similar. I did 23 times 3, okay? Start in the ones place. 3 times 3 is 9. Then I go to the tens place and multiply that number by 3. 2 times 3 is 6. So your answer is 69. Go to the ones place, multiply those numbers. Go to the tens place, multiply that by the ones place. So the two top numbers are being multiplied by the bottom number. Does everybody see that? Okay, so I did an example. I made up my own, which I'm sure you might see in the book. I did 11 times 9. Now, we've talked about the 11s place, but this is a way you can work it out if you don't know that fact. So both of the numbers are going to be multiplied by 9. Start in the ones place. 1 times 9 is 9. And then go to the tens place. 1 times 9 is 9. Very simple. Okay? Now, when you've done not multiplication, but addition and subtraction, you have seen, at least I know you've seen this word before. It's a very interesting word. We kind of don't know what to say, how to say it, so I had to teach you. And I'm going to write it here, and you're going to see it again today. Does everybody remember this word? That word is a line. Does everybody remember what a line means? It means you need to put the problems vertical, like this. Some of the problems in the textbook are written side to side. It's a little tricky for you to do that, okay? You need to write the problems down in your journal, and you need to make sure you align them. Stick the bigger number on top and the smaller number on bottom, just like we used to do for subtraction, okay? It will make sense. If you don't align them, if you don't write them wrong, you're going to get the wrong answer. You're going to confuse yourself. And unfortunately, I'm not there to walk around to make sure you're doing it correctly. So I'm trusting you, okay? Whoever's doing homework with you, if your mom's there, your dad's there, your grandma, an older sister or brother, they can look at it, but I'm not there to check on you. So you got to make sure you're writing them down correctly. Okay, so once again, work on the odds, 1 through 29. And then there's 2 word problems I want you to do on your own. Okay, number 1 and number 2, it says, I'm on page 340, to add mentally. All right, so there I want you to do 10 times 3, do it in your head. 10 times 7, do it in your head. 10 times 8. Those you shouldn't need to write down. Those you can just write the answers down. Okay, now numbers 3 through number 7, they want you to estimate, then round. So let me do number 3 for you right now. Number 3 is 11 times 6. Okay, now if you're rounding number 11, okay, you're going to round to the tens place, so you're looking at this number. We talked about rounding yesterday. They want you to round the top number, not the bottom number. You're either going to raise the score or let it rest. You're not dropping the number down. It's either going to stay the same or it's going to go up. So the number 11, are you going to raise the score to 20? Are you going to let it rest at 10? You're going to let it rest at 10. There's a 1 right there. So if you rounded this, your answer would be 60. Okay? Now, there's your estimate. Your answer should be sometime or somewhere around 60. All right, now let's actually do the multiplication. Start in the ones place. 1 times 6 is 6. Now go to the tens place. 1 times 6 is 6. There's your rounded answer. There's your actual answer. Okay? Just do the odds. The ones that say estimate by rounding, number 3, number 5, and number 7, practice the rounding, okay? On the next page, numbers 9 through number 21, they just say multiply. Just multiply. Follow the directions in the book. Number 23 through number 29, it says align. Make sure when you write them down, they're written like this, not side to side. You're going to get confused, okay? Follow the directions, you should be fine. Same thing with your homework, okay? For the workbook page, whoever watches the video is going to realize I'm saying this, so I can tell people who don't watch the video. You don't have to round for your homework. I usually don't make you do that. That's just a lot of extra work. Round for the textbook problems. You do not have to round for your homework. My people who see this video are going to get it, and everybody who does it is going to do a lot of extra work. All right? Have fun.